Something absolutely insane is happening at the Nürburgring right now, and the entire motorsport world is watching it unfold. Max Verstappen is doing something he has never done before in his entire career. Not in Formula One, not in testing, not in anything. He is stepping into the Nürburgring 24 hours, one of the most brutal endurance races in the world, and the weekend has already turned into a story bigger than just racing. Because this isn't just about lap times anymore. It's about pressure, chaos, weather, politics, and a level of attention this event has never seen before. Let's start from the beginning, Thursday afternoon. First qualifying session. Max jumps into the Red Bull liveried Mercedes-AMG GT3 for Verstappen.com Racing and immediately does what everyone expects him to do. He goes straight to the top of the timing screens. The crowd reacts instantly. The energy around the circuit changes. It feels like a headline moment already, but Nürburgring doesn't allow control for long. With time still left in the session, the competition responds. Windward Mercedes pushes forward. BMW finds pace, and suddenly Max is pushed back to P3. Not a disaster. Not dominance. Just reality setting in at the green hell, because here, Thursday qualifying is not the fight for pole. It's just a reference point. A warm-up for what's coming next. And what's coming next is far more intense. Overnight, the Nürburgring shows its true face: rain, heavy fog, hail in some parts of the circuit, visibility drops, grip disappears. This is where most weekends fall apart. Max goes out for a single night lap, just one, because regulations demand every driver completes at least one night run before race day. No drama, no risk, just execution. His teammate takes over most of the wet running, keeping the car stable, keeping it alive. It's not flashy, but in endurance racing, that's how you survive. Then Friday arrives, top qualifying. This is where everything resets. The Nürburgring uses a knockout system, similar to Formula One, but with one difference. Mistakes here don't cost grid positions, they cost survival chances for 24 hours. Lucas Auer takes the car into the first segment. Clean lap. No mistakes. They move forward. Daniel Juncadella steps in for the final push. This is where it gets serious. He delivers an 8-minute 12.05 lap. It's not pole. But it's not failure either. It's P4. Just fractions behind the front runners. Less than a second off pole in a 25-kilometer lap. At Nürburgring, that is nothing. Up front, Lamborghini dominates. A stunning 8:11 lap puts them on pole and locks out the front row. Audi slips into the fight. Porsche and BMW stay in striking range. The top 10 is stacked, aggressive, and unpredictable. And Verstappen? Right in the middle of it, not leading, not struggling, just dangerously close. But the story of this weekend is not just the timing sheets, it's everything happening around them. The attention this event has received is unlike anything the Nürburgring 24 hours has ever seen. Ticket demand has exploded to a level the organizers were not prepared for. For the first time in decades of history, the event effectively hits full capacity. No walk-ins, no last-minute entries, everything controlled. And with that comes a new problem: crowds. The driver parade in Adenau, normally a tradition, becomes impossible to manage at scale. Security concerns rise. The decision is made quietly but firmly. Max will not attend. The risk is too high. While his teammates appear in front of fans, Max stays away from the public chaos. Not as a controversy, but as a necessity. Then comes the most talked about part of the entire weekend. Inside the paddock, the conversation shifts away from racing and towards something deeper. Verstappen's presence in endurance racing sparks questions about motivation, future direction, and even his long-term commitment to Formula One. There is talk of a clause in his contract. There is speculation about options. There is constant interpretation from the outside world. But on track, none of that matters. What matters is that Max is here, in a GT3 car, at the Nürburgring, fighting for something completely different from what he does in F1. And according to those closest to him, including experienced endurance teammates, the impression he leaves is simple: calm, fast, and completely ego-free. The kind of driver who adapts instantly, listens, and fits into a team environment that depends on trust over ego. That is rare at his level. Now everything leads to race day. 3 p.m. local time, 24 hours of racing begin. Nürburgring does not forgive. Weather changes everything. Darkness resets rhythm. Traffic becomes constant. Even the fastest car can disappear in the chaos. Max Verstappen enters his first ever 24-hour race with one goal: win. Not finish. Not survive. Win the Mercedes-AMG GT3 package is strong, the team is experienced, the pace is there. But so is the competition, so is the uncertainty, so is the Nürburgring itself, because here nothing is guaranteed. And maybe that is exactly why this weekend matters so much, not just for the result, but for what it represents. A Formula One world champion stepping into one of motorsport's most unforgiving environments, and treating it like a new challenge, not a sideshow. Now the question is simple. After everything we've seen so far, can Max Verstappen actually conquer the Nürburgring 24 hours on debut? Or will the green hell remind him that no amount of talent guarantees survival here? We're about to find out.